Peace and love, everyone. Let me make sure that this is turned up. All right, there we go. Peace and love, everyone. Hope your day has went well. We're back again, and I'm going to be covering the astrology portion of the week. Give me some insights so that you can be prepared on what to look out for, and hopefully you learn how to navigate within the planetary transits or aspects that takes place so you can make better decisions, and better decisions happen when you're more informed. So that's my goal with these forecasts, to help you to see what will take place on a certain level, and then you'll be able to make moves from there. Let me go click here. So I do have the chart up. And I'm just gonna keep it simple because I know we do have new people to astrology, and right now I just want to keep it on a general term so everybody can comprehend and they can get the most out of this. So this week we'll be talking about uh, well, first, before we even get started, I want to say happy solar return to all my Geminis. This is officially Gemini season, so happy solar return also to Il Malik. You know him as Malcolm X. He's not a Gemini; he's a Taurus, but I wasn't able to stream over the last couple of days. But I wanted to throw that out there. Definitely one of the most prominent figures in our community, and don't want to forget about him. Also, Stevie Wonder. His solar return was Friday, I believe. Peace of love, Mother Natalie. Good to see you. And so, also, happy solar return goes out to Big Big. Um, he's attributed to being the greatest rapper of all time. I would say he is one of the greatest artists of all time. I would say. So happy solar return to him. And with this being Gemini season, you guys are ruled by Mercury, and Mercury just entered back into Taurus, so it just moved backwards into Taurus. It retrograded into, it's still retrograding. It's about to come direct June 3rd. Um, this is a period where Mercury uh, is joining the Sun, and they call this an inferior conjunction. And so basically, what this is 0 degrees 43 seconds of Gemini. And this is a moment marked by uh, a revolution for Mercury. Basically, this is where Mercury is closest to the Earth, but also in close proximity to the Sun. And this is a time where the seeds that will be planted uh, in this next portion or cycle will begin to take root 4 to 6 months down the line. So as your mind begins to get prepared for the ideas that you are formulating now during this period, this is the time again to reflect, reconsider, re-examine the things that you've been doing as far as your patterns and your habits, so that you can make better uh, choices and form better habits, and then you'll see different results. And so once you do that, you rinse and repeat. And so Mercury is said to be at its underworld during this time, and this can bring you a whole bunch of insights, a whole bunch of knowledge and experience, and all of this is coming from your shadow self, the shadow that you neglect, or the shadow that you know is there, but you just haven't begun the work to make a change. That eclipse was there to reveal that to you, so now you can make the change for the future. And this is the beginning point of Mercury starting that 4 month cycle. So the seeds that's planted now will pop forward in your mind, now will begin to take fruit, or this is the beginning phase of that, and you'll see the fruit later on. And so this is that period that marks that. Peace of love, Sanjay. Majet, peace of love. Yes, I do offer sidereal readings. Now I do the tropical or Western. I also do the sidereal, and there's many different forms. And I'm going to be pretty soon up trying to finish my book so that I can put this information out there. I'm going to be doing um, some of the Neteru, and that's going to be exciting. So the astrology of the ancients, sidereal, even down to the calendar system, how we use the Gregorian calendar, what is called the Gregorian calendar, is really the calendar for farmers. Okay, and so we'll get deeper into the other systems. But I'm trying to finish up the book, and we'll switch right over to that, and I'll be covering the Neteru astrology in these courses, or in the classes. So, great question. And so this is a time period, again, going back to this Mercury, 0 degrees, 43 seconds of Gemini. This happened today. So you might have felt this boost of confidence and courage today, which is great. So it helped you to get things done, help you to have the courage to step out and do something different. Uh, and that's always a good thing to do. Mars is sextile in Pluto, so this gives you a power to take care of your personal business, and your personal ambitions. So if you've been neglecting things because you have doubt or fear, or just don't know how to at this moment, um, again, today is a good day, and then this week is going to be a great week to do that as well. So today the stars align to give you the confidence, again, and the courage, the power, ambition that you need to get things done, and go after what's in your heart. So Mars is about to erupt, and it's going to ignite the internal and external war going on inside of you and inside of the rest of the world, or the collective, I should say. But here's a warning: with Mars igniting this fire, you have to be careful and be aware of your ego, because the ego, again, is the temporary self. That's not who you really are. So don't get caught up in the things that don't really matter. Um, so Monday is going to be a great day, a great time for strategic planning, because Mars is all about strategy and war and tactical approaches to things. It's also going to be a great time for problem solving, because Mercury is going to be sextile in Mars, and so where this is a time for his retrograde, it's a time to review the review. That's what this is all about, on top of your strategic planning. So you're also going to be having the Sun sextile Jupiter, which is going to highlight your soul and your vision coming together. So while you're reviewing the review of your plan and strategies, you're also going to align that with your soul and why you originally came here, which is going to help you to project your vision, okay, from this eye. Um, and you have a Trinity right here in your forehead. So you're going to be projecting from your heart's true desire from there. And then, um, so all of this is going to be taking place on Monday. Perfect. Well, I would say a great day. It's going to be a great day on Monday. Take advantage of that. Tuesday, major shifts is going to take place. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. Mars is going to be making major impacts, major shifts in this war. Mars is going to leave Pisces, and then it's going to come home to Aries. And this is going to give you more power, more strength, and that inner warrior is going to activate, and you're going to feel that boost. You're going to be able to take on any battle that's comes your way on Tuesday, or whatever you're confronted with is going to actually not survive your tactics. So it's going to be a great day Tuesday as well. Um, and the same time that Mars is going to be entering into Pisces, you're also going to be looking at Pluto and Mercury sextile. So again, this is great. This is going to be excellent for more of those ambitions meeting the plan. So if you have the desire to go to the top or go to a certain direction, but you don't know how to get there, this is going to highlight that, and you'll be able to begin the process of figuring that out. Also, Venus will be sextile in Saturn. So this is a great day for people to cooperate and for you to agree with others and get on the same page. It's going to favor agreement. So where Venus is dealing with harmony. That's always great. And then Saturn dealing with contracts in the long term or longer periods of time. Uh, Normally you would deal with delays, but this time you're going to have it in the clear. So it's going to be good for forming that on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, uh, that's how I said, which one is more accurate? I think that's what you're saying. Yeah, so sidereal is more accurate. So I like to look at tropical and sidereal as sidereal is the moving time in real time. The sidereal, the real time. And tropical is the snapshot of that. So if you were if you were to take a picture of the stars moving or everything in motion, the whole thing is a panoramic picture is like sidereal. You're taking a snapshot, everything moving, and then the tropical is like a snapshot, and then you examine everything in the picture. So that's kind of what is happening there. That's sidereal. Sidereal is the way of the ancestors. So yes, um, Wednesday is going to be great. Mercury is going to trine Pluto in the Earth signs of Taurus and Capricorn again. So uh, Taurus and Capricorn, both Earth signs, so both deals with the resources of the Earth, the longevity of the Earth, and this trine is going to be favorable for all of your practical ideas that you have. Thursday is going to be great for all of this energy from today, Sunday, spilling over into Thursday. So you're going to have great planning, great actions, great thinking, reflections, plus remembering or tapping into the source of why you came here, plus your vision for your own future, plus you'll be able to have that extra boost of motivation with Pluto, that trine taking place. So all of this is going to be great. Um, a great day. It's going to be a free fall day. I like to look at this as move intuitively as you're getting more of the picture unraveling before you. So then this forecast you're reading is Gregorian or sidereal. This is it's a mix. This is more. I like to look at the snapshot and then go to the moving part. So I like to go through the week, do a snapshot, and then go through the week. And so we flip forward and backwards because right now we're doing the snapshot, which is the Western, and this is giving us a projected view of how the week will look. But then when we go backwards, we look at the signs of how pretty much all of the signs have shifted backwards, one star sign. Not all the time, but that's generally how it is. Um, but great question. Friday, again, this is going to be a time where the moon enters into Taurus at 2:22 a.m. At a synchronistic time. So the Earth sign, the moon is going to move into an Earth sign on a day ruled by Venus. Okay, so Friday is ruled by Venus, and the moon will enter into Taurus, which is Taurus is ruled by Venus, and it's going to be tough a little bit because Venus is going to square Pluto. Okay, so that's going to be tough. And then Saturday is a day that you just want to rest and pretty much get ready for Sunday. That's going to be a huge day. So we're definitely going to do a forecast or live on Sunday. That's going to be a huge day. And we'll go from there. Any other questions? Those are some great questions. Oh, and as we look at this, for my Geminis, we'll start with you since this is Gemini season. Geminis, for this week, I'll do each sign what you need to pretty much focus on individually for this week. And we'll start with your star sign. For my Geminis, during this Mercury retrograde, as it's about to make a shift backwards, you need to worry about contemplating and researching. And this will help you navigate this week, and pretty much all the signs you'll be able to navigate better this week. So for my Cancers, you want to focus on detachment. And when I say that, I mean like even in your relationships, in your activities, all the things that you are involved in, look at your uh, just see if you're being attached to these things, and do they control you. So focus on detachment. And some of you might be going through separations, or um, being ostracized by different communities or groups, or even your kindred. So um, detaching is good for you. For my Leos, you want to focus more on being more nurturing. At this time, you're looking more an ideal partner. So um, nurturing will help you. When you learn how to nurture, that will help you to, better help that person in a relationship as well as you. So nurturing is going to be great. So if you need to learn how to nurture, you can start by trying to take care of plants and things in the home. Even if you have children or things like that, nurturing or nurturing relationships. Anything that helps you to grow and to care and focus your attention on things for prolonged periods of time. For my Virgos, you want to focus on uh, letting go of suspicions. I know that Mercury is retrograde, and I know that it's hard to make out who's who or what's what. But when you learn how to let go of your suspicions, this is I am what I see. I think that you'll get um, some good news, and that's going to bring you some relief. So focus on letting go of your suspicions this week, and just be more optimistic about the news that you'll receive. Um, for my Libras, you can focus on um, well, you really need to, if you want a different future, you want to get out of those old habits that you're forming. That can be your major setback at this time, especially this week. You got a lot of things, uh, stars aligning and falling into play. You definitely want to focus on releasing those old habits and thought patterns, because if you go into this next 4 month period, it's going to be tough. Trying to get something new, doing the same thing. That's kind of like how the corporation do. Uh, they just say, well, let's keep doing the same thing wrong until it turns out right. But that's not obviously how things happen. Um, and then for my Scorpios, you want to um, try to, right now, during this inflation, it's like you have this hard time with stopping yourself from spending. I know Scorpio rules the desires, but it's like you just spend, 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 and then um, you also need to look out for your health. I don't know major health concerns, but you want to look after your health during this time, because it's definitely going to impact your future. So, and I know at this time, Scorpio, you've been getting more into yourself, but you also want to make sure that you don't neglect the major part, which is your health. For my Sagittarius, need you to, I know Mercury again. Mercury is 180 degrees away from Jupiter, so that's like that can really, Mercury at this time being retrograde, it can really impact you as far as the fogginess around your vision. But sometimes you can think that people who are really for you is not for you, and they actually are. And so that's why you want to, just try to observe and take notes instead of speaking and expressing yourself so much, because some of your efforts based off of how you perceive things could fall through this week. So just focus on being mindful of who's who, and try to see how the other person's side, because they might be actually on your side. You might think they're an enemy, but they're on your side. May not look like it, but maybe that's because how you see it. Um, for my Capricorns, this is tough for you. I know you've been dealing with delays. You've been dealing with loss, it seems like, and even betrayal to an extent. Like you've been putting in so much work, and people don't honor or appreciate your work, and that can kind of put you in a rough place. So I know you're dealing with this loss, but it's for a reason. You know, all of the great ones in life been through adversity. Okay, and adversity made them way better people. So just stick in there. You know, this transit is for a reason, and things are going to look up. So for my Aquarius, Aquarius is focused on an ideal partner. Um, And for this week, you want to really try to tap into your psychic senses this week. Not things that's right in front of you. Okay, your intuition is giving you certain red flags or certain things to look out for, but do you ignore them? And I'm not necessarily talking about with other people. I'm talking about internally. You might be seeing these things. I need to change this. I need to do this, or look at this or look at that. But you are neglecting it. And this is your time to change it now. This is that 4 month period that you're about to go through. All of us is going through. So here's your chance to change it. Peace and love. People, yeah, happy Gemini season. Mother Sonia said she got Gemini moon. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, this applies to all your signs, sun, moon, and rising. So general, it's a general reading. For my Pisces, you might have been during this retrograde or an eclipse actually skeptical about this person or situation, and you're like, how do I deal with this situation or this person the right way? Um, and I would say be patient because the answer is about to be revealed shortly, and that's going to bring you relief. So I know that sometimes Pisces, you can get caught up in the ideals of what you think a person should be or how they should respond or how they should act. But I think that the answer is coming this week. So just be patient, and things will be revealed. And for my Aries, you're dealing with being single, or some of you, or feeling like you're alone. This is the period for you to do some self assessment, and where you may feel rejection, you need to really look at some things that you're doing or not doing, okay? That's causing these feelings. Sometimes these things can be figments of our imagination, and so this is where you can deal with it. Now you got Mars coming home to Aries, so this will give you that boost to look within. Aries is about self, and it's also the head, so you can really start to think about the things that you allow to enter into your head. So this will be good for that. And then for my Taurus, at this time, it's kind of like Mercury coming back to Taurus. It's some things that you have to relearn and revisit, as far as being neglectful and not um, having any plans for the future. Taurus is about the long run. It's about the longevity of the earth, but it's like you just been in the present or just going with the here and now and not looking towards the future. Now, the funny thing is, Taurus is colorblind, so they don't really see the full spectrum of the colors, or other, I should say, the chakras. Um, but you still need to plan for the future. Sometimes you have a trouble for with committing, uh, and I know once you commit to something, it's hard to get you out of it because that's Taurus is a fixed sign. But right now, I think this week you really need to focus on what will you commit to for the next 4 months or period. This is a great time to plan all of these things out for all of the zodiac signs. So for my Geminis, again, you're focusing on going back to reflecting and contemplating, using that air, that mental energy, put it towards something useful. Research, learn more about yourself and the things that you're trying to obtain. For my Cancers, you're water, so sometimes that water can become solid. You need to let it flow, okay, and detach. For my Leos, you fix your fire. You're dealing with again learning how to nurture, and sometimes you can really warm somebody up, and you all playful, joking. This is where you need to learn how to channel that energy into using that towards that ideal partner that you're seeking. For my Virgos, again, your Earth. So you have to usher in the change, allow yourself to be different or moldable so you can allow change to come in. And this is not going to happen if you continue to have those suspicion. Put it to rest because sometimes you can overanalyze it, and you got to really allow the newness to come in, especially after we just had this eclipse. And again, 4 month period, you don't want to be dealing with this down the line. For my Libra, again, we're dealing with air energy. Um, Old patterns have to go. So these things are not going to help you to balance out if you continue to fill one side up. Okay, if you got the scales and you continue to fill one side, it's going to be imbalanced. So, and my Scorpios, again, your water is all about desire. we need water. Okay, so you got to really think about your needs versus your wants or your desires. And sometimes your desires can get in the way of your growth. So beware of that. For my Sagittarius, again, fire. Um, Sometimes, with this arrow, you have a lot of arrows in your quiver. You want to shoot you and ask questions later. So, um, it's not the time to shoot though. This is the time to observe and to see who's who and what's what. See who's really on your side and who had your back from day one. My Capricorn's your Earth. Earth sometimes go through these periods of death, and sometimes in order to bring in the new, the only way is to have that death. So you're going through that death period, dealing with loss, and death is not bad. It's not evil. It's just a part of life. It's a part of the cycle. So you have to go through that cycle in order to get what's on the other side. And for my Aquarius, again, that air, this is all about tapping into the intellect of the universe, that cosmic library, and stop second guessing your second sense or your sixth sense. Um, and really get more in tune with what you're actually uh, feeling. Okay. And for my Pisces, you're dealing with water. Um, Again, that suspicion is about to end shortly. You have to really allow your imagination to, rest. This is a time where you can really reflect on certain thoughts that you projected into reality, and stop producing more seeds. This is about revisiting a lot of the seeds that you already threw out to the universe. Okay. Um, and then again, for my Aries, that's fire. This is calling the attention to yourself. This is in the way that you should be examining yourself. Um, why do you feel that rejection? Why do you feel like you're alone, even though you may be with people? Okay. Are you content with yourself? Okay. And then Taurus, again, don't neglect your future, your earth, and um, again, we know that earth is a very important element in everything that we do. Most of the materials that we use come from the earth, and they all have, whoever created them had plans for them. So you can take that as an example for your future. If you don't have a plan, then you can't truly unlock or utilize the things that's trapped deep inside you. So um, I hope this was able to help you all, because all of the zodiac signs, all of the collective consciousness will be affected through this next 4 months. And we are going to be experiencing this internal war as well as this external war. So whether you choose to make the change or not is going to be taking place. And whatever that doesn't evolve, it will die. So just keep that into consideration. If you need to have an early death, that's always good. It's always good to die to old habits and things that's temporary and things that's fleeting. So just keep that in mind. People say, no, but what going on with the 4 months? So the 4 month period, this is Mercury at this underworld or very close to the sun, and where it's about to reveal your shadow selves, the hidden one, the hidden self, your thoughts, your ideas, that is actually preparing you to receive uh, true downloads from your soul to help you move forward. Um, these downloads come in the form of ideas, premonitions, come in the form of dreams, you name it. It's all there to help you to remember why you came here, and then also what is your purpose in this life, and then also what's the vision for your life. So all of this stuff will be revealed starting now. You can begin to look at that, reflect, and then for the next 4 months, you'll be working on that. It's like you're going to be planting a seed, and you're going to have to learn how to nurture the seed, grow it, and then actually take care of it once it's here. Now, some of you need to protect your seed that you get, that's mentally, because some of your kindred, relatives, loved ones, so called friends, uh, this is your baby, and some of them are experts at abortions. So you tell them what you desire to do, or a thought, and then they automatically shoot it down. Okay, so you need to be aware of who these people are, um, and be aware of if you even need to tell them what is sprouting in your mind. Okay. Um, a lot of times we hear this word exactly, see it manifest. We hear this word manifest a lot, and you're trying to manifest things, but you just keep revealing it to a lot of people, and it keeps getting killed or shot down. And that's due to the conditioning of society that's in the collective consciousness. So I wouldn't even tell them. I would just, um, you know, let it sprout in you first, let it get strong enough in you first. And then you won't even have to say anything. Your work will burst on the scene, and then they will see the results. They'll see the fruit that you produce. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. You don't have to show them. And I think that's a lot of times we get in the habit of wanting to tell, want to show, because that's something in us that we have to work on, or we want to feel valuable, or we want to seem like we have something over the next person, or we feel like we have something that you don't have. Um, and that part of us, we haven't evolved yet. And that's the temporary self. Because the real you, you already have it. And that's why you came down here to manifest it, because you can do it. It's already in you. You already accomplished it. You're just coming down here to finish the work. And so, um, if you want to manifest, sometimes you can't tell people about your baby, okay? Because they will abort it quickly, okay? So I hope this was able to help you all to some degree. So again, this week is going to be a great week. The only tough square is going to be on Friday, and it won't last long anyway. And then you have Saturday. That's a day of preparation to get ready for Sunday. That's going to be a big day, a great day. So um, you all enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure that you take advantage of this week. Take advantage of a lot of the planetary alignments, and you definitely want to stock up. I told you earlier, 10 weeks you have. They're looking at now, even the UN personnel is coming out speaking and saying this. So, planetarily wise, you have to go through this in order to evolve. So, people said they're going to take that thing to Planned Parenthood ASAP. They got coherence. Yeah, that's right. They are ready to wipe out your ideas. And that's the great thing about this being on this plane, is that you have to fight for everything that you desire to be manifested. You have to fight everything that grows, or everything that is birthed or incarnated has to fight. And that's the great thing about this. Um, Fighting is not bad. It's just how you choose to go about it, you know. And so that's what this is about. So um, FEMA, yeah, FEMA, that is definitely on the menu for Agenda 21 and their plans. And so uh, you don't really have a quote unquote government. And if you did, there would be no need for them signing over all emergency acts to the FEMA organizations. And the fact that you have to have executive orders tell you you don't have a true Congress or legislative branch. If the president is always, or so-called president, is always signing off on executive orders to get things done. Um, so that shows you you don't have what is projected, you have what is perceived. And if they could control your perception, as they do with controlling time, have you in a pointed direction towards a certain goal that they have in mind, that's control. And so when you count in sevens, um, that's one control system. When you count in tens, that's another one. That's a different one. Our ancestors used many methods, 7 and 10. Uh, and the 10 is dealing with sidereal. You have 10 fingers, there's 10 days instead of 7 days. And then 7 days, that's a cycle, it repeats. Our ancestors use 10 and then they repeat. That's something that we'll get into when we cover the sidereal reading. What do we need to do to prepare? Um, Simple, something that's fast. or something that is simple and easy, or I would say simple and uh, more realistic, is practicing something of nationhood, nation building. Like, for example, if we put all of the pieces together without the main component, everything we're going to do is going to fall apart. So, all these organizations that you think are for you, Black Lives Matter, the church, other organizations, they're not really for you because you're not seeing the things that they say that they're producing, or that what they're supposed to produce. We still have the same conditions because we're not observing the main thing. Okay. And that's what we need to be observing. The main thing is nationhood or nationality and birthrights. And that's something that we have neglected for the longest, and something that we as a collective don't practice. We practice uh, schisms or sectalism or groupism, things like that. Celestial Samurai, what's the true significance of the planets aligning on June 24th? Yeah, so the fourth, um, and then well, it's many significance. You have the helical rising of the dog star. You have Aldebaran and other um, astrological um, bodies going to be making major waves in the sky and aligning. And some of these you haven't seen in hundreds of years, aligning in certain ways, and then others thousands. And so it's going to be um, huge what they imply. The changing of the guard, the changing of um, one rulership from certain entities to another. It's going to be big. So um, yeah, so this is a chance to you know observe as these planets align these way, the things that we do. We've been doing a lot of things, marching, praying, um, and it's so funny. They'll show you that, oh, another black person was murdered, and then they'll show you the flip side. They'll show you a lot of uh, our people getting together with guns and things like that, and walking around places and doing nothing, and then people get charged up and act like that's action. And within 3 days it's gone. It's died down. That's it. What's next? What's the next celebrity? Whatever. And so all of these different things, you start in militias and coalitions and all these different things, and ignoring or neglecting the main thing, you're going to continue to get the same result. So what our people should be doing is looking to principles towards um, nationality, or nationhood, statehood. Look in that direction, and you'll start to see remedy is provided in the Montevideo Convention. Um, well, I'll say the groundwork for it is there. You got to still do the work, and then you get access to things like, or you'll start activating things like the rights of indigenous people. He said Trump is coming back in 2024. Yeah. He's still active now, and he said fiat is failing and banks are closing. Yep, drastic. Well, they are closing, and a lot of the big time bankers are thinking about, because it's really one bank. They're thinking about collecting the interest, or collecting the printing more Federal Reserve notes and then collecting the interest on it. But that also has to deal with Pluto. So yeah, it's going down, and we got to get prepared. Um, so you all enjoy the rest of your night. Peace and much love. May your soul find satisfaction. Hotep. Peace.